Han Meditations. You can't say, I want money, but you're feeling poor all day. That's not going to work because the universe is going to give you whatever you're vibrating to. Your mind rules your reality. If you say that you can't do it, then you can't do it. If you say that you can do it, then you can. If you say you can or you can't, you're right either way. Whatever you say, your wish is its command. All right, guys, in today's video, first of all, like the video, subscribe, and comment. We want to hear what you guys think, and it just motivates us to keep going and keep expanding. If you like this content, it's just really important to show us that you like it and you appreciate it by just liking the video. And if you really want to do, go overboard, then comment on the video. But we're talking about why your manifestations aren't working today. So we're just gonna go. This is off the top of our head, so this is just kind of like podcast style where we're just talking. But one of the main reasons why people's manifestations aren't working is because they're not working. So it's just one thing to visualize it and have it in your head and writing it down and all those things. But if you're not putting any movement, it can't be manifested. It's the same thing whenever people use AI. Someone used AI as a liaison, said, I'm going to be the human liaison in between the AI, and then you tell me what to do and I'll do it. So he listened to the AI and the AI did it. It's the same thing. You should be listening to your higher mind, listening to your intuition, but you have to actually do it. You can't just sit there and say, I'm not going to put in any effort, any work, and I'm going to get everything that I deserve. It doesn't work that way. You have to work in order for it to work. So whenever you're working, putting out those actions and feeling like you're in that sense, because whenever you become the person that is a millionaire, billionaire, successful, whatever you want to accomplish, if you want to be loved, if you want to love others, if you want to love in your life, you have to be the person that is doing all those things and is receiving that vibration. So you can't say, I want to be loved, but you're feeling lonely all day. You can't say, I want money, but you're feeling poor all day. That's not going to work because the universe is going to give you whatever you're vibrating to. Your mind rules your reality. If you say that you can't do it, then you can't do it. If you say that you can do it, then you can. If you say you can or you can't, you're right either way. That's what you have to realize. You can't be wanting money but saying you're poor, but you can't do this, I can't do that. If I spend this is going to happen. You can't want love but say no one loves me. If I love someone else, I'm going to get hurt. If I love someone else, this is what's going to happen, because that's what's going to happen if you say it's going to happen. So the first thing is just not putting in the work. If you want something to happen, you have to do something different. If you want something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. It's as simple as that. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and getting the same result and expecting a different result. You can't do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. That's not illogical on any level. So that's the first thing that I wanted to cover, is just not doing the work. You have to actually do the work. You have to prepare. You have to be putting things out in the ether of space-time, because your actions are like a ritual. Everything you do is a ritual. If you're sitting, you're watching negativity all day. If you're sitting, you're telling yourself you can't do that, and your actions reflect that, then that's what you're going to reflect in the real world.
Your emotions, your thoughts, and your actions, they all combine together to create your reality and what you want to manifest into your world, into your reality. However, something where people get caught up a lot is that they're thinking, okay, so this is the thing I want to manifest. I want to be a millionaire. When I be a millionaire, that's when I'll finally be happy. That's when I'll finally feel free. That's when I'll finally feel good. But you have to think about what you're putting out right now. That's what you're putting out. You're putting out, right now I can't be happy. Right now I can't be satisfied. Right now I can't feel free. Right now I can't feel good. Not until I have that. But that's not the right way, because that's the energy you're putting out. And the energy you put out has to be now. You have to act as if now. And you have to feel grateful. And you have to have fun and have a good time the whole way until you get there. You can't just say, well, I'm just going to be, ungrateful now. But when I get that, because that is the energy you're putting out. You're putting out what I am now is not feeling good when I get that. So it's always going to be, you're manifesting a when it will, which means it's inevitably going to always exist as a when it will in the future, not present, not now. So you're not really manifesting it. So You have to constantly visualize and you have to hold that feeling as often as you can. But not only for that thing you want to manifest, you have to feel that as much as you possibly can now. And you have to see it as a journey and see all the amazing ways to have fun and to feel grateful on the journey to that destination. Because that's what life's about. It's not about the destination, it's about the ride. That is what life is about. You want to lose weight, you want to lose 50 pounds. Okay, well, how can you have fun now? Look at this journey. You're learning so many new ways, so many nutritious meals. You're learning how to cook. You're learning how to do so many new exercise moves that you never would have learned before. On the way to a millionaire, you're trying out so many different business ventures and learning new skills and meeting new people. And you have to appreciate every step of the journey.
Yeah, you have to have fun along the way. You can't just be saying, like Kelly said, once I get there, then I'm going to be fine. No, you got to start doing it now. You got to start feeling it now. You got to feel good. You got to feel grateful now, because it doesn't matter what you're going through. There's someone out there in the world that would take your life right now.
Yep.
They would take your life for your life. That's how bad they want it. There's someone out there that will do that. And that goes into mindset. You have to have the right mindset. And with mindset, it comes a lot of different parts. You can't have resistance and insistence on what's going to happen. You have to have no resistance and no insistence. If you're manifesting something, if you want to get a house, you have to think of the exact house that you want, and then you have to let it go. You can't hold on to it has to be this one, it has to be this one, because then you're holding yourself off from your higher mind, the universe, God, creation itself, getting you exactly what you want, but in a better sense than you could have ever imagined. It can come and it can give you something better than you could have ever imagined if you allow it to. But if you're saying and limiting yourself by saying, this has to be this has to be just like this, then yes, like I said earlier, whatever you say, your wish is its command. It has to be done that way because you say so, because it's going to work within your belief systems, because you're creating your own reality. So your own reality works within your belief systems. If you tell yourself that it has to be this way, then it has to be that way. If you tell yourself, oh, in order for me to get this house, I have to work this amount of hours, I have to have this job, I have to go into work on this day, I have to spend money on this, I can't spend money on that because I won't be able to get it, then that's what's going to happen. If you tell yourself, I don't know how, but I'm going to spend this money on this and I'm going to take a chance, I'm going to risk it, and I know something good will come from it, then something good will come from it. If you say, hey, I'm going to do that and that, I don't know how, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen because guess what? There's power in not knowing how. Really think about that and let that sink in. There's not power in ignorance. There's power in not knowing how. Because you don't have to know how something is going to happen. You just have to know that it will happen. Let God, let creation itself figure out the in-betweens of how it's going to happen for you. Just relax, enjoy the ride, and know that it's going to happen in perfect timing, as all things do. And then, like I said, with the mindset, you have to know that every thought that you have is important. Everything that you're watching is important. Everything that you're seeing is important. If you're constantly watching the news and negative information, that's going to imprint on your brain. And that imprintation on your brain is going to last your whole life until you change it. You can walk around with a mindset of other people's thoughts that you didn't even realize were other people's thoughts until you realize that they're other people's thoughts and they don't belong to you. Let them go. Let go of the negativity. Let go of the judgment. Let go of the things that do not serve you so that you can move on and create a better life for yourself.
Yes, that's great. You cannot get too caught up on the how. That is up to the universe and God. That is their part of the equation. Your part of the equation is just declaring what you want and feeling that as much as you can. But also another huge thing is that you're not following your inspired thoughts and your inspired inklings that come to you, which is also from the universe and God and your guides. And it's their little messages telling you, you know, when you get those little inspired actions, oh, I just feel like going to this store right now. I just feel like putting on this outfit. I feel like talking to this person. I don't know why. I just feel like chatting up a conversation with them. Whatever it may be, and typically it's fear that stops us from doing these things. You really have to get your fear under control. I always say that if it's whatever fear is telling you, just automatically do the opposite, because fear is always wrong. It's only going to stop you from everything you want to achieve. Yep. So when you have those inspired thoughts, let me just try creating this. Let me just try opening this Amazon shop, this Etsy shop, just anything that you just you just feel kind of excited about and you just want to try out. Any of those little things, no matter how small, you have to try it out because those are your messages, your boom, 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 pointing arrows at you. And that's how the universe is telling us, hey, I know I have a bird's eye view of everything going on in your life, past, present, future, this world, this universe. And I see the path for you, which is the how, which is you don't know. So that's why you have to listen to these things, because I see a path right here to get to what you want. I know you don't see it, but that's why I'm sending you this message right now so that I can get you on the path. And it starts with those little inspired actions. And we've seen that so many times where, you felt like going to a store and then it was after doing a CE5 meditation and then saw UFOs. Just crazy, crazy things. And maybe we can do a video about that one time about so many synchronistic things that have happened for us. But it's so true. You have to follow those little inklings, and you cannot let fear stop you.
Yeah, and you have to actually become the person, which is something that we got into a little bit. But if you want to become, let's just say, within your belief set, you want to become a millionaire, and in your beliefs, in your belief system, you believe that a millionaire looks a certain way. You believe a millionaire is going to wear a suit because that's what you would do if you're a millionaire. Then you need to go to the store. You need to buy a suit. Doesn't matter if you go to the thrift store. Doesn't matter if you get a $300 suit, a $2,000 suit. It doesn't matter. You need to get a suit that you feel comfortable in, you feel nice in, and that whenever people look at you, they're going to be looking at you a certain way so that you feel that way about yourself. So from the reflection that you're giving off, you feel that way about yourself as well. So you are slowly becoming that person to where, hey, if I was a millionaire, I would have this, I would have that. Do whatever you can control in the most positive way that you can do it. So it doesn't matter if you have, not the car you want. If you have a vehicle, clean it up, spend some time cleaning it, be grateful for what you already have. And then you'll be able to start becoming that person, because that person will be grateful that they have a nice car, grateful that they have nice clothes, grateful that they have all of these nice things. You have to slowly become that person. And that starts with gratitude. Be grateful for everything you have, whether you have to journal about it, meditate on it, be grateful. So you want to talk about being grateful a little bit and how you're able to do it?
Yeah, because that kind of goes into the final thing that I want to say is that the foundation of all these things, the foundation has to be there, or you can throw all these tips out of the water. And that is that you have to have your self-love and your self-worth and your self-esteem in place. And being grateful for everything that you have is a huge, huge step for that. Journaling on it, meditating on it, thinking it, listening to positive affirmations. There's plenty of them on Han Meditation's channel. Great meditations you can listen to get yourself in that good mind state, especially when you wake up. I find that, just skip going to your phone right away and social media. You're just going to be on your phone wasting 20 minutes when you wake up anyway. Use that sacred time when you wake up to get your mind in the right place and wait and see to how many opportunities and these inspired actions that we're talking about will come to you throughout the day. Gratitude is huge. It's part of the foundation of everything, and so is your self-worth. You really got to work on these things. If you got to ask yourself, do I feel that I'm worthy? Because sometimes it's in the back of your mind. You don't even really realize if you don't have good self-love, self-worth. You got to really ask yourself these questions. And if you feel like you can't give yourself a for sure answer, you got to journal on it. You got to meditate. You got to work on it. Because if deep down you're working on manifesting, but deep down you feel that you're not really worthy of grasping these things, of having these things, whether it's money, whether it's relationships, whether it's a job, whether it's anything, a vacation, deep down you're going to feel like you don't deserve it. So you're going to block yourself. No matter how many of these manifestation tips you're doing, you're going to block yourself because of your own deep down belief system. So that is the foundation of everything, and having gratitude, because gratitude is such a high frequency. And if you can feel grateful for what you have now, even though you're not necessarily where you want to be in life, you're only going to attract more things to be grateful for.
Yeah, and another part of that, which I want to talk about, is just the visualization. That's why I make meditations, guys. My meditations are curated for manifesting. The last one that I made was about manifesting I believe it was during the new year. It was like a 15 to 20 minute meditation. I think it was like 17, 18 minutes. I believe that's the best meditation that I've ever made. It's so powerful. It gets you right in the zone. It was a pure channel like all my meditations are. And it gets you in the frequency, in the zone. It puts you in that place to where it's going to be attracted to you. And every time we do it, we get a new job opportunity. I mean, it's absolutely insanely awesome how many opportunities we've got just by doing that meditation. Because whenever you're thinking it and you're putting those thoughts out in the ether of space-time, they're coming back to you. Every thought you have goes out into the ether of space-time. So once you think positively, because positive thoughts are more powerful than negative thoughts. So whenever you're blasting that for 15, 20 minutes, you have no idea how powerful that is for you to just be thinking these positive thoughts. You have no idea the waves that you're making, the progress that you're making for you and other beings out there just by thinking these positive thoughts. That's why meditation is so important. You can get downloads of information through meditation. You get downloads of knowledge, downloads of thought patterns, downloads of actions that you need to take, just downloads of all kinds of perfect information while you're doing these meditations. Even if you don't get that download right whenever you're doing it, it will already be downloaded, and then it'll just open up automatically because our brains are sophisticated, engineered works of art by God that work automatically, that we don't even have to think about it. They'll be downloaded, and then they'll just instantly be there whenever you need it. So the knowledge will be there when it needs to be there in perfect timing, like all things should be. So just know that this information is very important, guys. If this helped you out, like the video, subscribe, and let me know it helped you out so that we can connect on a deeper level, and then we can be inspired to keep giving you guys all these little tidbits of information so that we can inspire you even more.
Yeah, please share any tips that you have that we may have missed. We would love to hear what works for you. And be sure to check out our other videos. We know you will love them, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for watching.